Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Feature in Focus, where we will be really diving into our two-way SMS texting feature and how this can help enhance your response rates with candidates, your assessment completion rate with candidates, if you're using our video interview feature, and overall just really speed up your hiring process with ideal traits. So, as always, my name is Brandy. I am the CS team lead here at Ideal Traits. If you've been attending for the last couple of months, every single week or every other week, roughly, we're going over a different feature. And this is always recorded. These are uploaded right onto our YouTube channel. So if you have to jump from this meeting, no, it will be emailed out to you as well as on our YouTube. Feel free to check out our YouTube channel. We upload all the features that I go over on there. So you can always refer back to it. Last week, we went over our AI resume match feature. Few other features kind of coming up later in this month. So always feel free to check out that content if you have any questions. But as I mentioned, today we are going over two-way texting. So we have seen two-way texting is where not only are we able to automate, send out text messages from the ideal trait system, but also candidates can text back that very same phone number, and you guys are able to use your ideal traits account to have full-on conversations with your candidates. This is extremely helpful if you maybe aren't willing to give all these potential candidates your own personal cell phone. I know some clients have texting features through maybe their work phones, but this is just a nice universal way. Every candidate can get the same messages. You can automate these as well as reply back and forth with them. So um, today we'll be going over how to individually text each candidate, but also set up those automations that I mentioned. Texting is really kind of the newest, best addition you can make to your hiring communications. Obviously, emails have been around forever. The top best form of communication is always going to be picking up a phone and calling the candidate, but the quickest and probably easiest way is going to be texting. I was doing a little bit of research before this webinar because I wanted to provide some statistics for you guys, but 97% of candidates own a phone. And I feel like that seems like such an easy, you're like, duh, Brandy, everyone got cell phones. But when you really think about it, emails, you got to go to your email inbox. You might not have the notifications turned on, but even if I'm getting spam text messages, if I'm getting random text messages, I'm usually still kind of peeking at those before I mark them spam or delete them. So texting with your candidates is really going to help just get it in front of them that much quicker. Um, Text messages have a 95% read rate. So compared to emails, it's about 20%. When you send an email to a candidate, there's a 20% chance they will read it versus text messages that goes up to 95. And it makes sense. I mean, I'm sitting here on this webinar and my phone is sitting right next to me if a text were to pop up. So using this feature is really going to help just speed up your hiring process. And don't feel like it needs to be these long, blown out texts. We can use the two-way texting just to add additional reminders throughout your hiring process. It can be a text that goes out instantly after a new candidate applies, just saying, thank you for applying. We've received your application. It can be reminders to complete our personality assessment. I've seen some clients use reminders for the video interview feature if that's something that you use. And additionally, you can even set up text messages to you as the user when candidates of certain requirements apply. So I'll kind of be going over all those different automations in today's webinar. Um, but just for attending today, every single one of you that is on this webinar right now, we have activated text messaging in your account. If you already had texting, the feature is still there. If you didn't already have texting and you log into your account right now and take a look, texting has been activated for you to start using. So a little extra gift for attending these weekly webinars and listening to me yap about all these great features within Ideal Traits. But if you guys would like to, feel free to pull up your Ideal Traits account as I'm kind of going through this today. And you can start using that feature right now. And I'll kind of walk you through each step of it. So let me share my screen and we are going to dive right into it. So if you are in a candidate's profile, you are able to individually text that one candidate one by one. I know I mentioned a little bit ago, we can automate some of these. However, if you are wanting to send unique text messages, or maybe you don't want it automated, you want to send them out one by one as each candidate applies, within their profile, you can text each individual one. So I'm sitting right here in my individual profile, and along this right-hand side, I'm sure many of you have used our email feature where you can send individual emails to each candidate. Just below that, you will see this SMS icon. If you guys click that, like I mentioned, everyone on this call now has this feature included. It will pop up a pop-up window for you to start writing a text message. So you can always see what that phone number is that it is coming from. So these are assigned based on your local area. If there wasn't a phone number in your local area, usually the next closest thing. But all of your text messages will come from that one phone number. But then down here, you are able to really start typing out whatever text message you'd like to send to a candidate. You can see we autofill it here with just a nice, we received your resume. We've emailed you the next steps. Do you have any questions? If you don't like that, go ahead and delete it. And you can use our conversation starters, which are just some additional templates to use. There's a handful in there for interviews, for the assessment, for video interview, some of our most popular texts that are sent. But you are able to also use our variables. So you can pull in the candidate's first name, pull in your company name, pull in your guys' company phone that's on file, anything that you want to easily pull in so you don't have to type the whole thing out. You get up to 320 characters, pretty decent. When it comes to texting, really keep in mind, don't put too much information. Keep that more for an email or maybe a phone call. When it comes to texting, try to keep it concise, short. If you are scheduling interviews, make sure you're saying, hey, this is Brandy from Ideal Traits. You recently applied to our sales position. I'd love to schedule an interview with you. So keeping it short, always identifying who you are, what company you are with. I always like still to mention you applied to the name of the role. Typically, when candidates are applying to your job ad, most likely they are applying to probably 20, 30, 50, 100 other job ads out on the job boards. So keep that in mind. The more you can identify the company name, the job ad they applied to, I've seen some even say specifically you applied on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or something else just to help kind of jog the candidate's resume. Um, I'm sure everyone receives spam text these days, and you'll see it's misspelling, and you're like, okay, that might be spam. If there's a lot of weird extra symbols. So keep that in mind. The more professional you can keep these text messages will really help that response rate of people actually replying back, just so it doesn't look like those spam texts that most of us probably get on a daily basis. So once you type out your text message, you are welcome to go ahead and click send. That will send the message straight to the candidate. If they do reply back, you'll see this right here in the candidate's profile, or just like your messaging app on your cell phone, up here in the top right, this SMS icon, this will open up like your messaging app. So you can see on the left-hand side, it's showing I have a couple of conversations going right now. Right up here next to that SMS, I'm seeing I have 3 unread text messages I need to read. So super helpful when you log back in the next morning. Maybe you were texting some people yesterday. I can quickly see, oh, 3 people replied to me. I come over here on the left. I can see Rachel texted me back a day ago. I can easily click right in there, opens up my text messages, and I can quickly send her a response back. So underneath your guys's hiring settings, you can customize what email notifications you want to receive for unread text messages. How that works is if a text message goes longer than 6 hours unread, it will then email your email on file saying, hey, you have a couple unread text messages. It does not email you for every single text you get. That would probably be a little bit annoying. So it just goes off of 6 hours of a text being unread. So keep that in mind when you are using texting as part of your recruiting process. If you are sending out a lot of text messages this morning, maybe stay logged into Ideal Traits throughout the day, check them back, just so you can respond to these candidates quickly and shortly after they reply to you. So those are a couple ways that you guys can kind of text one by one with candidates. However, I think the best and easiest way to use this texting feature is through our automated workflows. If you've attended these webinars, I talk so much about our automated workflows. It is a feature that is included in all of your accounts, and also probably one of the best time-saving tools that you really can use. This is located up here in the top right of our settings, and almost to the bottom, you'll see automated workflows. So this is where we can automate emails, sending video interviews, moving a candidate a stage, and then as I keep mentioning, automating those text messages. So I pulled a couple different variations you guys can do. Since you all have texting right now included in your account, feel free to follow along if you want to build out one of these workflows with me. The most common workflow I would say in everyone's account is going to be when a new candidate applies, just sending a quick, short, easy text message that says thank you. It's that first impression. It's almost like a confirmation. It lets the candidate know my application was officially submitted. And with that personality assessment instantly being emailed to a candidate, it also just sends an extra reminder, hey, check your email. We sent you a personality assessment. So in this workflow, I set it up for my trigger to be when a new candidate applies. So as soon as a candidate applies, I have a filter that if they have a strong or moderate AI resume match score, I only want a text message going to those top candidates. If you are open to anyone, doesn't have to have a certain level of experience, you're open to anyone in any industry, feel free not to add that filter. I just add it as an extra layer. And then you'll add the action of sending a text message. So our conversation starters down here, you are welcome to use the second to last one is the one that I pulled, but it just says, thank you for applying, clearly states your guys' company name. Please check your email and complete the assessment to finalize your application. So quick, short, concise, identifies who I am, identifies thank you for applying. So this is regarding a job ad. And I have this sending instantly. You are also welcome to add a delay. I've seen a couple clients use this as well, where you can delay this text message 30 minutes. So maybe it's they apply, then 30 minutes later, this text message goes out. It is really, really up to you. I've seen a few users delay it a day so that it gives them the opportunity to complete that assessment first. And then an hour later, the text is read more as reminder. We emailed you a personality assessment. If you haven't done so, please complete it. You really can customize this to be however you'd like it. Another really great workflow is our video interview. So if you guys are using our video interview tool, you can automate that video interview being sent out, but also a text reminder that we have emailed them a video interview. So in this workflow, I set it up that anytime an assessment is completed, then I filter only to the candidates who have a 100% pre-qualifying score. If you haven't used our pre-qualifying questions yet, those are within your job ad. You can set up a handful of questions the candidate has to answer, and you can score those. So if you're looking for certain level of education, a certain type of license, they must be able to commute to the office or to your business. Whatever those requirements are, you can set up scoring, and that allows you to filter these emails, texts, video interview communications. So I'm setting it up that if a candidate completes the personality assessment and answers 100% of the questions correctly on those pre-qualifying questions, then I'm going to send our video interview. And then I also send a text reminder saying, hey, we emailed you a video interview. Please check your emails for the details. So I'm kind of hitting them in a few different ways. I'm focusing on the top candidates, emailing them the video interview, texting them as well that video interview. And if you even want to take it a step farther, using our different stages on the candidates tab, you could even move those people who receive it to the interview stage. I've seen a few people send out a text message to schedule an interview. After that's sent, they move them to the phone interview stage. So really the stages are just to help you stay organized within your account. But you can use based on emails, text messages, really any of those triggers, automate moving the candidate through that stage as well. So give that one a try. Feel free to add some delays in there, customize those text messages, whatever really makes sense for your guys' hiring process. And then lastly, I have one more automated workflow I wanted to show you guys with texting. So if you've been with Ideal Trades for a couple years, you probably have heard us talk about passively hiring. So maybe right now you're looking for people, later on down the road, 6 months, you're like, I'm not hiring right now. However, if a great candidate came across and I saw their resume and they're a great fit, I would make room for them at my office or at my business. So passively hiring is a great way just to kind of see what's out there. If a great person comes along, you can set it up that you'll then get a text message to yourself, not to the candidate, but to you if they match the qualifications you're looking for. So in this case, I set up a workflow. If a new candidate applies and they have a strong AI resume match score. And you could even add another filter. And if they answer your pre-qualifying score questions 100%, then you could have the system actually text your personal cell phone, letting you know, hey, someone just applied to this job ad. They have a strong AI resume match, 100% on their pre-qualifying score. Log into your Ideal Traits account and take a look. So in this case, you add the action of sending an internal text message. You're able to send it to your company phone number that's on file, or you are welcome to type in a phone number right here. So you can add your cell phone, maybe your office manager's cell phone, whoever you want to get this notification. And then you are able to build out that alert text message to be exactly what you want. So in this case, I did new candidate alert. I pulled in the candidate's first name, candidate's last name, applied for the position name, so I know what they applied for. I said they have a strong AI resume match score, whatever you want to put in here. This is fully internal coming to your cell phone. So you could be like, hey, Brandy, go look right now. It can be as informal as possible. This is going directly to you. But this will really, really help as well. Let's say you are traveling for the next week and you want the notifications to come for your cell phone. Maybe you're going on vacation and you're like, I don't want to get all the notifications, but if somebody applies with a certain personality result, I want to text right away. So I know I'm going to take a break real quick from whatever I'm doing to log into my ideal traits and take a look at that candidate. So feel free to play around with this one too. The internal text is a huge time saver. If maybe you're not logging into your ideal traits every day or checking your own work email every day, maybe you get a lot of emails bogged down. You can use our texting to send yourself these notifications as well. So give that one a try. And as always, I mean, there are lots and lots of different ways you can build out workflows within your account. I know I kind of went over those 3 ways to use texting, but you guys can automate emails, like I mentioned, changing stages, leaving comments, adding star rankings. If you are using another system that you want to use our webhooks to send data over, you can use automated workflows for that as well. So if you haven't touched that feature, definitely take a moment to kind of play around with the different triggers and actions. There's a lot of great ways that you can save time with your recruiting and just communications within the account. Um, but that is about everything for today. Um, as I mentioned, you guys all have texting within your account. So definitely, I mean, spend some time today, maybe shoot yourself a text message, shoot some candidates a text message just to kind of start using it. If you have any issues or want some assistance setting up a workflow to automate those texts, please feel free to reach out. You guys are always welcome to reply back to that email when you guys get the recording. Those come directly to me, and I'm happy to help. You guys are also welcome to, down here in the bottom right, chat in. Trevor on our support team would be happy to help kind of build out a workflow with you over chat. And as well, up here in the top right, you guys are always welcome to request a support call with our team. So we can jump on a video call, a phone call, help you build out those workflows, help you send out some text messages, really whatever you guys are looking for with assistance. So um, that is just about all I have today. I'll give it just a minute in case anybody has any questions that they want to chat in. But definitely start to play around with the texting feature. I was actually just meeting with the client this morning and we set up a couple on the call together. He was ripping off a few text messages and people were replying right then and there. And I'm like, look at this, sending out some reminders. So it can be very, very helpful if used in the right way. But I'm not getting any questions. So I will end it there. Please reach out if you guys need any assistance with using the texting feature. We are happy to help. You just got to give us a holler. But other than that, I will see you guys next week, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday.